Greetings from Nairobi, Kenya, Sister Pratibha. I first met Dadi Kumarka, who is also known as Dadi Prakashmani, in Mount Abu, Madhuban. Dadi Kumarka was named by Brahma Baba, and Dadi Prakashmani was her official name in the institution. So we were so used to calling her Dadi Kumarka. And so when I first met her with my family, my parents, and my brothers and sisters, she spent a lot of time with us. She had meals with us, she showed us around, she chatted with us, she shared knowledge with us. Her valuable time was spent behind us. The second time I met Dadi in Mount Abu again, in 1974, in my long school holidays, I went to spend time. It was approximately 2 months, and Dadi gave me accommodation just above her room in Pandav Bhavan. So she could keep an eye on me. I was quite young, I was 14. And I used to go and help in different departments. I used to do my own laundry, which I had never done before. And so interesting, every day, one by way, I lost all my socks. And so in winter, in December, I was moving around without socks, and Dadi noticed that. She called me in her room and said, Pritibha, she used to call me Pritibha, why are you not putting on socks? And I said, Dadi, I don't know. I put it in laundry and on laundry line, and I can't find it. It's all gone. And she says, the monkeys take it away. She asked one of the sisters to teach me how to put it online without pegs. I was looking for pegs in those days. And so I was learning a lot of simple things also. Then Dadi gave me a few pairs of socks and said, put this on every day. So can you imagine an authority who is an administrative head and then such a simple motherly figure where she takes care of our simple things? I was quite touched with that. Then in between I had met Dadi many times. But Dadi Kumarka was visiting Lusaka, Zambia. That time the center, Baba's house, was in my Lokik place, in my Lokik house. I was in college and I was cooking, I was helping in the center activities, I was studying, and so I was trying to make something, and Dadi walked in the kitchen. And Dadi used to call me Pritibha, what are you doing? And I said, Dadi, I'm making paneer for you, cottage cheese. And Dadi says, come, let me teach you. She knew I was struggling, and she taught me with so much love. I couldn't believe that she would do such simple things for us also. Even today, when I make paneer, cottage cheese, I do remember that very freshly, how Dadi taught me this. So Dadi didn't only take care of our well-being, taught us cooking, but she was also quite firm with knowledge and principles. And so the same visit when Dadi came to Zambia, she was conducting Amrit Vela at 4 o'clock. We were few of us in the room, and Dadi suddenly started talking. Normally at Amrit Vela we don't talk. And so Dadi was talking, and I was very surprised. Dadi said, Pritibha, you all did a program few weeks ago or last month. I said, yes, Dadi, we did a big program. And how many students emerged from that program? And that is no one came, not even for the course, but no one became a BK also, Brahmin. And how much expense did you do? I said, I actually didn't keep account because I just took it from my father's account and I didn't count. Daddy says, you know what? Why did you not achieve what you were supposed to? Why did no Brahmin came from that program? Do you know why? I had no idea. That this is because when you were preparing for the program, you were not soul conscious. You were teacher conscious. You felt that if we do this program, Maybe Dadi would think that this is a very busy center and they need a teacher, which you didn't have. And so, just to bring a teacher there, you actually organized this program. So, you were teacher conscious and not soul conscious. You must be soul conscious. I learned my lesson very strongly. I do not believe that you need the best venue, the best printing or cards, or the best speakers. I believe we need soul conscious stage. And then only we can have success in service. The other things are needed, but they are secondary. So I learned this from Dadi from that day. Yes, and then of course, Dadi taught us a lot of practical things. When Om Shanti Bhavan in 1983 was being built, so they were clearing the site there and blasting the little mountain and removing the rocks from there. So in the morning class, Dadi announced that the laborers are not there because they've gone for holy holiday. And so we need to clear this site for tomorrow. So can you all come and do karma yoga? Come and pick the rocks up and move it on the side and clear the site. So after breakfast, we were all very excited, and I was also rushing to the site. And one of the teachers called me and said, Pratibha, where are you going? I said, oh, I'm going to do karma yoga. I'm going to pick the rocks up. And she says, that's not for us. We are teachers. Only students need to go and do that. So you don't go. But I didn't listen to that soul. I just said, no, I want to go. I want to clear. I want to help. So when I arrived at the site, guess what? I saw Dadi Kumarka there. She was also picking the stones up, picking the rocks up. It wasn't like work. It was like entertainment. It was like a game. And an authority, Dadi, who could give such elevated knowledge and guide people's life, was doing a simple service as picking the rocks up. And that gave us so much enthusiasm because that was her practical life. And then I actually was in Botswana in 2007 when Dadi left her body. When she left her body, that time I was in Botswana doing service there with one of the sister. Our center was very small, a small little apartment. And that fine night, there was a fire and our apartment got burnt. We, me and the other sister, very cautiously came out and we were saved. Of course, Baba saved us, but everything got burned and our clothes were also affected. In that part of the world, we do not get this uniform of the Brahma Kumaris, and so my clothes were quite tinted and yellowish and affected with the fire. But that same day, in fact, I think after a few days, I got the news that Dadiji left her body. So I was going to travel to Madhuban with those clothes. People were looking at the clothes; they were yellowish and affected, but I was fine. What I was content is that I arrived on time for Dadi's final farewell. And so I was like, looking at my fortune, and we gave such a sweet, soft farewell to Dadi. Dadi was an authority. I remember that same evening. In the morning, it was sunshine, then it was cloudy, and then it started pouring. It was raining. And so the elements were also serving Dadi, respecting Dadi, who was the master of all the elements. And so Dadi's farewell was done. And finally, I would say that Dadi helped us, guided us, and inspired us when she was in her physical sakar form. But also, after she left, she's not left us. She's in a different dimension, but she is still guiding us. This is what I feel. And so we respect Dadi, but we love Dadi a lot. We've learned a lot, and we're still learning from her life. Thank you. Om Shanti.